Hey guys, so I wanted to record this video. So I haven't recorded a video in a long time just because I'm moving, actually in the process right now. My body, moving around. Oh, I'm just kidding. But so I had to close my business and sell off a whole bunch of stuff, move a whole bunch of stuff. And so it's just been insanely busy. So that's why I haven't posted a video. But anyways, I found this mosquito skull. Look at how massive this mosquito is, dude. Like, that is a massive mosquito. Like, Jesus. Like, look at that thing. Like, that's gotta be the biggest, that's like some prehistoric mosquito. Like, what in the world? I'm just kidding. It's a whale, but in Alaska, we like to joke that those are mosquitoes because that's how big the mosquitoes are. So anyways, but I was just sitting here playing with a stick, and so for the move, the reason why I'm moving, and it's not for any financial reasons, it's not for any relationship reasons or anything like that. It's just where I feel God is leading me to go, which of course, I've made videos about that, where you put your focus at is kind of what tends to be. But I've had a lot of dreams and stuff like that, and what I would consider visions and stuff. So that's not anything. I'm not married. I kind of just put that ring on as a sign of my devotion to God. And yeah. But I wanted to talk about praying for stuff, because I was thinking about it. I was having a conversation with one of my friends the other day, and they were just like, man, I keep praying for stuff. I keep praying for this. And my sister, she just had a baby, and she was just like, oh my God, it's just, I need money. I need this. I need that, need that, need that, need that. It's just like, oh my God. Right. And I used to be the same way, before I started the whole path that I'm on. But I started realizing a lot of things, because now whenever I want something, I pretty much get it immediately. Anything that I want, so I play hockey, and I'm a goalie, and that's not cheap, and I didn't want to pay a lot of money for a lot of gear. I didn't mind paying for it, I just didn't want to pay thousands of dollars for goalie gear. So I just started praying for goalie gear, and probably by about 2 to 3 weeks, I had a full set of goalie gear with everything involved, except the helmet, because I wanted to buy a helmet brand new. I didn't want to buy a used helmet because that's protecting the noggin, I don't really want to go cheap with that. But I pretty much got an entire set of goalie gear, leg pads, glove, blocker, pants, chest protector, and everything for like $80, which is just insane. And it fit me, and it fit me well, which is just crazy. And it's just that kind of stuff, right? I mean, obviously the bigger stuff, if I need money kind of just comes out of nowhere sometimes. Most of the time it comes from my work, but if I, like the other day, I was getting ready for my move, and I sat down and prayed, and I'm like, okay, look, I need another $10,000 if I'm going to be moving. Out of nowhere, this is kind of one of the things that you have to consider. Oops, I almost dropped my stick. One of the things you have to consider is the avenues that you're allowing God to bless you in your life, right? If you are asking God to give you $20,000, but you're not going out there and opening up any sort of avenue for God to put $20,000 into your pocket, how's he going to get it there? Not only that, but let's just talk about the principle of being God's child, right? I don't necessarily share that belief, but I like that as a good example for how we pray for things. When you have a really bratty child that is always asking for things, that's always begging for things, it's always telling you, when are you going to give me this? When are you going to get me this? When are you going to get me this? Do you want to give that to your child? Hell no. Tell that child to wait, We don't make the connection between upstairs and us, but whenever it's with our kids, I don't have any kids, but just based off of seeing and, being a kid, experiencing, because I was the least patient child. I was the kind of kid where it's like, I wanted something, give it to me right now. Is it mine? Can I have it right now? right now, and then I'd start like throwing a fit. Not my proudest days. But yeah, I mean, if you consider, you know, as loving as God is and all that, if you take this idea that we're his children and, you know, we're asking God to bless his child with whatever, a new job, money, something. The other day I asked for something that I was positive didn't exist. Positive, because I just never seen it before in my life. But I just wanted some sort of way to, I wanted a coffee mug that was in the shape of a teapot, like a teapot coffee mug, because my idea was I like to drink tea. And I always had to get 3 dishes dirty to clean out to you know, brew a cup of tea. Well, I didn't like that. I only wanted to have 2 dishes dirty, ideally just 1 dish, but I didn't know how or if that would work or if I would even like that. But I was like, I like the setup that I have. I just want 2 dishes dirty. So I started I started asking for this hypothetical teapot that I was just like, I'm gonna have to wait a long time for this. And one day I just got this feeling where, like, you know what, I want to go to this thrift store because, you know, God knows me, I love my discounts. And I pretty much exclusively shop at thrift stores because I don't like to buy things brand new. Mainly environmental reasons, but also just appreciation and respect for money. You know, I feel like it's much more respectful of your money to buy things new so that you don't lose all the value to depreciation, which is why you know, that's why I pretty much exclusively buy things used. But anyways, so I would go to this thrift store, and sure enough, this hypothetical teapot existed. It was like a coffee mug that had a spout like a teapot, and on top of the coffee mug was sitting a tea brewing cup. It was like it was legitimately more than what I had asked for. I was like, this is perfect, you know? Like it so you had like this teapot brewing thing that you would brew your tea up on the top, and then on the bottom it was a coffee mug, but you could use the coffee mug to put the hot water in the coffee mug, to pour the coffee mug into the teapot, then pour the tea back into the cup. It's just what I had hoped for. I know there's probably easier ways to drink tea, but I like moving liquids around between containers. Just something about it, you know. But, yeah, but I just thought I'd chat with you guys about that. You know, whenever you're praying for things, whatever you need in your life, because at the end of the day, God is a loving God. God does want to give you all the desires of your heart. And that's what he says in the Bible, you know. The only thing is you have to be aligned with your path. You have to be aligned with your ways, you know. 5 years ago, the desires of my heart were incredibly different than what they are now, you know. Now I'm happy to be sitting out in the woods randomly next to a whale skull. I mean, this is awesome, you know. But you know, it's just, I forgot, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so it's just, you know, when you're praying for stuff, don't be a bratty child. Because I'm impatient, so the way that I get over not being a bratty child is I know God is going to provide me what I ask for. So I pray for that. I leave it to him, or her, whatever. I don't know what it is. I don't think anybody does. You can claim to know, but really you don't. But you just pray for what you want. And if you're really impatient and you're constantly thinking about it, buy something that'll make you stop thinking about it. So that was one of my early tricks to get the things that I wanted, you know. Like I would pray for like a goalie stick. And I could never find a goalie stick that I wanted, right? Because I'm like, oh, I want a carbon, you know, I want this goalie stick, that goalie stick. And, you know, in Christian circles, it's like, you should be happy with what you have. It's like, well, I'm good. So I pray for this perfect goalie stick that's carbon fiber, that's relatively good looking, you know. I want it used. I don't want to buy it new. and I don't want to spend more than $10 for it, which is crazy because the goalie sticks cost like $350. So the idea that I'm not going to spend more than $10 for a carbon fiber goalie stick is just stupid. You would say that. But I couldn't find one. I was getting too restless. I was kind of focusing too much on trying to find a goalie stick. So I just found a cheap, old, wooden, broken goalie stick that was just wrecked. I bought that, and I fell in love with that. I bought it for like $5. It was old, broken. I had to fix it up a little bit. After I made my peace with having that goalie stick and not having the other one popped up. So I got like a $350 goalie stick for like $20. It's pretty slick. The way I learned about that was whenever I was talking to one of my friends. I had been trying to manifest the tortilla press because I'm Hispanic. I like tortillas. Tortillas, you know? Tortillas. I can't believe I just said that. So anyways, I was trying to get a tortilla press, and I didn't want to buy it new because they're like $30. I wanted my tortilla press sitting in a thrift store on a shelf for like $3. That's what I wanted, you know? And I'm in Alaska. There are no Hispanics in Alaska. So, you know, good luck finding a tortilla press in general. So I finally found tortilla presses, but they were brand new. They were $30. I didn't want it. I wanted it sitting on a thrift store shelf for $2, $3. Anyways, went out to go hang out with some of my friends, and I voiced to them how upset and pissed off and frustrated I was with the fact that I had been asking God for a tortilla press sitting on a thrift store shelf for $3, and damn it, I just can't fucking get it. Like, what the fuck, you know? I'm voicing all my frustrations. It's kind of funny. So I told him, I was like, look, I'm just never gonna have that tortilla press. I'm just gonna be up here without tortillas. I'm like, damn, that's such a depressing thought. Anyways, so 2 days later, she texted me. She told me, she was like, you're not gonna believe what I just found. I'm like, what? And you find like a good deal at Ross? I'm like, what'd you find? And she texted me a picture of a tortilla press sitting at a thrift store, sitting on a thrift store shelf. It was $3. I was like, fucking grab it. It's mine. But I know that's small and stuff, but you know, the reality is that it's like with, you know, what the Bible says, a mustard seed of grain. I can't even think straight. Faith the size of a mustard seed, you know. The problem is that so many people don't even have that. And so by getting these small things, praying for these small things, and just bringing them into your, you know, into your life, because it's so easy. It's so easy for small stuff, but then you start asking for a house, you start asking for these big things, you know. And for me, it was like the other day I asked for $10,000. To me, that wasn't a big ask, just because I had a whole bunch of different streams for God to bring that into my experience of life. And so that's why it came in about a week and a half, you know. Yeah, so anyways, just want to keep that in mind. Don't be a bratty child. Open up plenty of streams. The more streams, the more water can flow into your life. And, you know, just build your faith. Personally, I'm here at a Buddhist little sanctuary here that's absolutely gorgeous. And I know a lot of Christians have a problem with that, but I'm not a Christian, so I don't have a problem with that. I'm of the belief that God is way too big to be encompassed by any single religion, and I feel like God is like a spring out in the desert, and humans like to take things that are free to everybody and put fences around them, put cages around them, and start making rules and charging people for them. And I just think that that's what's happened with Christianity, is that we took a free resource, which was God, and we started making stories and all sorts of things, and, you know, deriving evidence that's global evidence that you know, supports everybody's theories, but using them and trapping them exclusively to support our specific evidence. And, you know, God's a free resource. You can have whatever you want, because that's what he is, you know. But, okay, cheers.